You've been waiting for a sign, haven't you? You've been asking for a booming voice from the clouds or a clear, unmistakable map to show you exactly where to go next. But what if the reason you feel so lost isn't because God is silent, but because He's actually speaking through the very things you're trying to fix? Most of us expect God to shout, but more often than not, He whispers through the disruptions. He speaks through the doors that won't budge and the quiet ache in your chest that you can't quite shake. If you feel like your life is being shaken right now, I want you to consider that it's not random. It's a divine message that is simply too important to ignore. Sign 1. The blocked path. Think about the places you've been trying to return to lately. Maybe it's an old version of yourself, a past relationship, or a comfort zone that used to feel like home. You try to step back into those old shoes, but they don't fit anymore. You go to the same places, talk to the same people, and try to force that old spark, but all you find is a strange, hollow silence. You might feel like you're losing your touch or having a run of bad luck, but this is actually a divine disruption. God loves you far too much to let you stay stuck in a version of your life that you've already outgrown. When a door slams shut in your face, it's easy to feel punished. But in reality, that closed door is often His protection. Psalm 37:23-24 tells us, "The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives. Though they stumble, they will never fall, for the Lord holds them by the hand." He's not just watching your journey, He's directing it. Sometimes that means blocking the path you're so determined to take because He sees a cliff you don't. It's a lot like the story in Numbers 22, where Balaam was so intent on his own way that God had to send an angel to block the road, and even a donkey could see the danger before he did. If your route is being interrupted today, it's not to delay you, it's to rescue your calling. Sign 2. The Inner Tug. As these old paths close off, you might notice a shift happening deep inside your spirit. It's not quite anxiety, and it's more than just burnout. It's a weight, a persistent tugging that shows up in the quiet moments when the world finally stops talking. You feel a hunger that the things of this world just can't satisfy anymore. You might feel a sudden pull to pray, yet find yourself standing there without the words. You want to get closer to something higher, but you don't even know where the starting line is. Please don't mistake this for emotional confusion. This is a spiritual awakening. Psalm 42:7 says, "Deep calls to deep in the roar of your waterfalls. All your waves and breakers have swept over me." When God begins to move, He doesn't always start with an outward miracle. He starts with a stir. He speaks to the depths of your soul where your daily distractions can't reach. If you're feeling this inner restlessness, you aren't having a breakdown. You're standing on the edge of a breakthrough. He's clearing out the noise so you can finally hear the frequency of His voice. Sign 3. The loud silence. But then the silence comes, and for many of us, the silence is the hardest part. You've been asking for answers, pleading for a yes, or even a no, and all you're getting is a heavy, lingering quiet. There are no goosebumps, no sudden flashes of light, and no clear directions. It makes you wonder if He's even listening. But I've learned that silence isn't the absence of God. It's the very atmosphere where He does His deepest work. In the Bible, silence almost always precedes something significant. Before the walls of Jericho came tumbling down, the people had to march in absolute silence. Before Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, there was the silence of grief and the stillness of the tomb. Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is incredibly difficult when you're desperate for a change. But if everything around you feels motionless right now, don't panic. You aren't being ignored. You're being refined. You're being prepared for the weight of what's coming next. Sign 4. the fading satisfaction. During this season of quiet, you might find that the things which once filled you now feel incredibly shallow. Your old passions might be fading. Things that used to excite you, the hobbies, the social scenes, the ambitions, now feel dull and even a little draining. You try to enjoy them like you used to, but your heart just isn't in it. It's a lonely feeling, like you're losing your identity. But this isn't a loss of self, it's a shift in appetite. When God is calling you to a higher level, He often begins by emptying your stomach for lesser things. He's making room. You aren't losing who you are. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. As Philippians 2:13 says, "For God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power to do what pleases Him." When those old loves fade and new, strange desires start to stir, don't resist the change. That emptiness is just the space God is clearing for a new purpose. Sign 5. The refined strength. This process can feel like you're being broken. It feels like your life is shaking to its very foundations. Relationships are shifting, doors are locking, and you're stretched thinner than you ever thought possible. You feel overwhelmed? Yet, if you look closely, you're still standing. You're still breathing. That strength you're feeling isn't coming from your own willpower. That's what happens when God starts breaking off the dead weight that wasn't meant to carry forward into your future. You think you're falling apart, but you're actually falling into place. It's a painful carving, a stripping away of the pride and the distractions you didn't even realize you were carrying. Psalm 34:18 promises us that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. You aren't being crushed by the weight of the world. You're being refined by the hands of the Creator. On the other side of this tension is a version of you that is wiser, more grounded, and more aligned with heaven than ever before. Maybe all the setbacks, the strange coincidences, and the heavy silences weren't random after all. Maybe they were the very signs you were asking for. Maybe God has been speaking through the disruption this entire time. And now, finally, you're in a place where you can hear Him. The question has never been whether or not He is speaking. The real question is, now that you recognize His voice, will you answer? Take a moment today to stop fighting the disruption. Sit in the quiet and just acknowledge that He's there in the middle of the shift. If this message reached your heart today, if it felt like the confirmation you've been waiting for, just leave a simple, "I hear you, Lord," in the comments. It's a small way to acknowledge that you're listening. And if you know someone who feels like they're falling apart right now, send this to them. They might just need to know that they aren't breaking. They're being built. Keep your heart open to the whispers and trust that the path being cleared is leading you exactly where you need to be.